Imagine a villager in a small Khmer community who hears their grandmother's ritual voice inside a paid VR tour. They recognize that voice, pause, and ask, who owns this story now? Who decided it could be sold? Let's break this down clearly.
Here's our intro. Welcome back to NSP Plus TV, Cambodia's voice to the world. I'm Nisa, and with me is Port. Today, we look at community-led virtual spaces, what they are, how they can honor Khmer authorship, and what to avoid when digital copies travel beyond home.
A quick safety notice before we begin. We will not publish raw sacred audio, private ritual footage, or identifying details. Our approach is redaction first, anonymize, delay publication if needed, and always require documented consent.
Today's top story: virtual replicas and metaverse spaces are becoming common ways people experience places. That can be powerful, but without community governance, those same tools can erase authorship or put control in platforms far from Cambodian hands.
So what's happening right now? We looked at 3 anonymized prototypes in our reporting. First, a community-run virtual shrine that stores consented oral histories. Second, a cooperative virtual market that preserves maker metadata for textiles. Third, a village-led VR tour enforcing seasonal ritual windows. Each shows a different governance choice and different risks.
Let's take the Cambodian angle. Ritual timing and living context are not extras, they are part of meaning. A festival that only happens at a certain time loses its context if it's flattened into an always-on, monetized virtual tour.
Case A, the community-run virtual shrine. Here, elders recorded oral testimony and agreed to share selected clips inside a controlled virtual space. The key protections were consent forms, anonymized transcripts, and a rule that certain chants or images never leave the private shrine environment.
That prototype also used simple provenance signals, short metadata notes attached to each file stating who contributed it, when consent was given, and whether the clip is public, restricted, or never for sale. It's low-tech, but it keeps authorship visible.
Case B, the cooperative virtual market. Local weavers and makers wanted online customers, but they refused platforms that strip maker metadata. Instead, they used a cooperative hosting arrangement where each textile page lists maker name, village origin, and usage rights, and those fields are locked from downstream edits.
Case C is the village-led VR tour. The community agreed to allow immersive visits only during seasonal ritual windows. Outside those windows, the VR doorway shows a message: ritual closed. Visit when the village opens the season. It's a cultural access control, not tech magic, just rules enforced by the host.
Now, a short governance primer, high level only. Provenance signals matter. Attach who provided the content, when, and under what terms. Use simple, human-readable metadata fields. Choose hosting that allows custody by local organizations or trusted NGOs, rather than lock in to a single commercial platform.
On hosting, affordable options include community cooperatives that use respected, vetted hosts. We recommend partners with clear takedown and escrow policies. Importantly, avoid instructions here that would show how to capture sacred audio or images. That's on purpose.
We also asked 3 experts to weigh in, quotes paraphrased to protect identities. A Khmer digital curator told us, ownership language should be simple and specific. Name the custodians, the allowed uses, and the duration. A community technology organizer emphasized DIY metadata templates and local backups. A platform policy researcher outlined takedown and remediation paths if a copy appears on a commercial site.
One practical point from the clinic: revenue sharing can work, but contracts must protect custodians. A simple clause: any revenue generated from community content requires written consent from named custodians, and any platform fees are disclosed before publication.
Okay, community playbook. 3 immediate low-risk actions you can take this week. First, a metadata checklist. Contributor name or community identifier, consent date, usage permission, public, restricted, never for sale, and custody contact.
Second, a consent script you can use in local language. Explain where the content will appear, who can access it, whether it can be monetized, and offer anonymity or delayed publication. Make sure it's written down and signed where possible.
Third, pick simple hosting choices, community-managed pages on vetted hosts, or folders held in escrow by a trusted NGO. Avoid uploading primary sacred media to commercial marketplaces or public servers without governance in place.
We must address risks. First, technical detail about capture or hosting could be misused. Second, sharing prototypes publicly could expose contributors to pressure. Third, poorly designed revenue models could hand control to foreign platforms.
Our mitigations: keep technical guidance high-level and defensive, require documented, informed consent, and offer anonymity or delayed publication, and emphasize governance templates that center custody, metadata permanence, and fair revenue sharing. Route legal or escrow needs through vetted NGOs and pro bono counsel before public rollout.
A quick example: if a community wants to pilot a virtual shrine, they can start with anonymized audio clips and local metadata, host them on a community page with restricted access, and test visitor flows before any public release. No rush, no exposure.
Before we close, a reminder: technology is a tool. It can either amplify communities' voices or silence them. The difference is who writes the rules. Community governance, visible authorship, and simple custody practices keep control where it belongs, with Cambodian custodians and communities.
If you're listening and want to start a pilot, here are 3 practical next steps. Use our metadata checklist, adapt our consent script in your language, and contact a vetted NGO to discuss escrow and hosting. We've prepared templates to get you started.
We'll share those templates and vetted referral paths when you subscribe. And please remember, don't publish sacred or identifying material without clear, documented consent. Your heritage deserves protection, not exposure.
Thank you for listening. From Phnom Penh to the world, let's keep building virtual spaces that honor Khmer stories, not exploit them. Let's take this work step by careful step.
This is Port Norn, reminding you the facts are clear, custody matters, and community governance protects our past and future. See you next time on NSP Plus TV.